Ladies and gentlemen, there are moments in life when the most powerful thing you can do is say nothing. When people try to provoke you, when negativity surrounds you, your greatest strength lies not in reacting, but in choosing to remain silent. Far too often, we are taught that we must respond to every comment, every criticism, every insult. We feel like we have to defend ourselves, explain ourselves, or even engage in a war of words to prove a point. But let me tell you, this reacting is the enemy of growth. When you react, you give away your power, your peace, and your potential. And it doesn't have to be that way. You can control your peace without ever raising your voice. You can cut negativity off without ever saying a word. Silence, when wielded wisely, is one of the most powerful tools you have. Sometimes the most effective response is no response at all. When you choose to remain silent in the face of negativity, you take away the power that people are trying to have over you. By not reacting, you deny them the satisfaction of seeing you riled up, hurt, or angry. You maintain control over yourself, and more importantly, you protect your peace. Don't let anyone steal your peace by forcing you into a reaction. Silence is a reflection of your strength, not your weakness. It shows that you are in command of yourself, your emotions, and your future. Mastering your emotions is a sign of true maturity. It is easy to react. It's easy to let someone else's words, actions, or opinions dictate how we feel. But what's harder and ultimately more rewarding is taking a step back and mastering our response. When you allow your emotions to be dictated by others, you are giving them control over your life. They become the puppet master, and you become the puppet. But when you choose to cut people off silently, when you choose to withhold your emotional reaction, you take back the power. Your emotions should never be at the mercy of others. When you don't react, you show the world that you are the one who is in charge of your emotional state. The greatest gift you can give yourself is peace of mind. Too often we allow the chaos of others to disturb our inner calm. Negative people, toxic environments, and harmful words, these things have a way of getting under your skin if you let them. But here's the truth: engaging with negativity only perpetuates it. It doesn't solve anything, it only drains you. It consumes your energy, distracts you from your goals, and prevents you from moving forward. When you cut people off silently, you are doing it for your peace. You are choosing not to give them the space to disrupt your inner harmony. By refusing to react, you maintain your focus and your peace of mind. Not every relationship deserves your time or your energy. Some people will never understand your value or appreciate your worth, and that's okay. You don't need to explain yourself to them. You don't need to fight with them. You don't need to prove anything to them. What you need to do is protect your energy and make the decision to walk away. Cutting toxic people off doesn't require confrontation. It simply requires you to refuse to engage. You don't have to fight every battle. In fact, the wisest warriors know that the best battles are the ones you never fight. You don't need to argue to shout or to make your case. When you stop reacting, you've already won. Your silence becomes the ultimate statement. You are no longer available for negativity. Life is too short to waste on drama, negativity, and toxicity. You owe it to yourself to preserve your energy for the things that matter. You owe it to yourself to maintain your peace, to stay focused on your purpose, and to surround yourself with people who uplift you, not tear you down. You don't need to engage with people who have no respect for your well-being. Cutting them off doesn't require anger or confrontation. It simply requires you to value your peace enough to walk away. So today, make the decision. Stop reacting. Don't give in to the impulse to engage with every negative force that comes your way. Cut them off silently. Protect your peace, preserve your energy, and walk the path of growth without being dragged down by those who don't value your journey. Let your silence speak louder than any words ever could. Your peace, your purpose, and your power are far too important to be wasted on the distractions of negativity. When you choose silence, you choose strength. And in that strength, you will rise. Self-control is one of the most powerful forces we possess, and yet it's often overlooked. We live in a world full of distractions, temptations, and pressures that challenge our ability to stay focused, stay disciplined, and stay in control of ourselves. But let me tell you something, self-control is not about suppressing your desires or limiting your freedom. It's about unlocking your true potential. It's about understanding that the choices you make today shape the person you become tomorrow. Think about the moments when you've had the opportunity to react when someone provokes you, when life throws you a curveball, or when you're faced with a decision that could derail your progress. In those moments, self-control is what allows you to step back and choose how you respond. It's easy to get caught up in the heat of the moment, to lash out, to give in to your emotions. But true strength, true wisdom is in the ability to pause, reflect, and then choose a response that aligns with your goals, your values, and your purpose. Self-control isn't about avoiding challenges or pretending the world doesn't affect you. It's about staying grounded in your own center no matter what's happening around you. When you master self-control, you stop being a slave to your impulses. You stop letting short-term gratification rule your decisions, and instead you start making choices that align with your long-term vision. Every action you take, every decision you make carries weight. Self-control helps you weigh those decisions carefully, not out of fear, but out of clarity. It empowers you to say no when you need to, and it gives you the strength to say yes to the things that will propel you forward. Every time you choose to control your actions instead of letting them control you, you're building the foundation for the life you truly want to create. We often think of self-control in terms of denying ourselves something, a pleasure, a desire, a moment of comfort. But the real power of self-control is not in what you deny, but in what you gain. When you control yourself, you gain the ability to stay focused on your long-term goals, to stay on the path, even when it's hard, and to create a future that reflects your true potential. Self-control is not a punishment, it's a pathway to freedom. It frees you from the chains of instant gratification, from the reactions that pull you off course, and from the habits that limit your success. Every time you choose self-control, you strengthen your character. You develop the discipline that leads to success. Think about any person you admire, any person who has achieved something significant. Behind their success is the power of self-control. They didn't get where they are by reacting to every circumstance, by giving in to every temptation, or by letting their emotions drive their decisions. They got there because they learned how to stay calm in the storm, how to focus on what matters, and how to keep moving forward even when everything around them seemed to be working against them. Self-control also gives you the ability to maintain your peace in the midst of chaos. Life is full of storms. There will always be setbacks, challenges, and difficulties. But when you control yourself, when you remain anchored to your purpose and your values, you can weather any storm. You don't let external circumstances dictate your internal state. You don't let other people's behavior shake your calm or derail your focus. In fact, the stronger your self-control, the less you'll be affected by the negativity, distractions, or drama around you. You'll learn how to stay focused on what's important, how to stay true to yourself, and how to stay aligned with your vision no matter what. Self-control is the ability to recognize that you are not your emotions. You are not your impulses. You are not your reactions. You are the one who gets to choose. Every day you are presented with opportunities to act with intention, to stay aligned with your values, and to take the actions that will move you closer to your goals. The question is, will you take control, or will you let life happen to you? Will you make decisions based on the person you want to become? Or will you react based on the person you are today? The power is in your hands. When you cultivate self-control, you become the architect of your life. You stop being a passive observer, reacting to whatever life throws your way. Instead, you take charge. You become intentional about every thought, every action, and every decision. And when you do that, you begin to shape a life of purpose, a life that reflects the best version of yourself. It's not about perfection. It's not about being flawless. It's about consistently choosing what aligns with your higher self, choosing what pushes you toward your greatness, and choosing what will help you fulfill your potential. Self-control is the key that unlocks your greatness. It's the foundation of discipline, focus, and success. And when you master it, you'll find that nothing can stand in your way. You will rise above the distractions, the doubts, and the challenges, and you will move forward with power, clarity, and confidence. There's something profoundly powerful about silence. It's not just the absence of sound, it's the presence of wisdom. In a world where everyone feels the need to speak, to react, to defend, silence can be the most powerful statement you can make. When you choose silence, you are not weak, you are not hiding, you are not afraid. You are choosing to exercise control over yourself and your environment. Silence, when wielded with intention, can be a tool that transforms your life. Think about the times when someone tried to provoke you, tried to pull you into a disagreement, or tried to make you feel small. What did you do? Did you immediately react? Did you get caught up in the back and forth, the noise, the chaos? Or did you remain silent? Because let me tell you, in those moments, the silence is the most powerful response you can offer. It disarms people. It forces them to face themselves. You don't need to fight every battle or engage in every argument. The truth is, when you engage in conflict, you often give your power away. You allow someone else to dictate your emotional state, your energy, and your focus. But when you choose silence, you take back control. Silence doesn't mean you're withdrawing. It doesn't mean you're ignoring or avoiding. It means you're choosing not to participate in something that would only drain you. There's a strength in knowing when to speak, but an even greater strength in knowing when to remain silent. You don't have to respond to every insult, every attack, or every negative person. Silence is not an admission of guilt, it's a declaration of strength. When you stay silent, you are saying, I am above this. You are saying, I will not let your negativity dictate my state of mind, and that, my friends, is powerful. In silence, you find clarity. When everything around you is chaotic, when voices are raised and emotions are high, the best thing you can do is to step back and be silent. Silence gives you space to breathe. It gives you the opportunity to think, to reflect, to observe. You don't need to react in the heat of the moment. You don't need to respond to every challenge. Take a step back, breathe, and let the silence guide you. In that space, you can see things clearly. You can make decisions with intention, not out of anger or frustration. You can listen to your inner voice, and you can choose how you want to move forward. Silence also gives you the power to protect your energy. Every time you engage in a negative exchange, every time you react to something that doesn't serve you, you're giving away a piece of your peace. You're letting someone else's energy affect you. But when you remain silent, you preserve your energy. You don't let others steal your calm or distract you from your goals. Silence is a form of self-preservation. It's a declaration that your peace is more important than any conflict. Your inner peace is sacred, and you must guard it. In a world full of noise, silence is the ultimate form of strength. It allows you to choose your response, to preserve your peace and to protect your energy. It gives you clarity and control. And when you learn to wield silence with purpose, you become unstoppable. You stop being at the mercy of the noise around you, and you start living with intention, focus, and power. Your silence speaks volumes. It speaks of your strength, your wisdom, and your unwavering commitment to your peace and your purpose. So remember, the next time you're faced with negativity, chaos, or conflict, don't react. Let your silence be the answer, and let it be your most powerful response. Emotional mastery is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself. In life, there will always be challenges, setbacks, and moments that test your patience. But it's how you respond to those challenges that will ultimately shape the person you become. Emotions are powerful forces. They can either propel you forward or hold you back. The key is not to suppress them or ignore them, but to learn how to control them, how to direct them, and how to use them as tools for your growth rather than letting them control you. Let me tell you something important. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are a part of who you are. They're a reflection of your values, your passions, your desires, and your pain. But emotions, if left unchecked, can also become destructive. If you allow them to dictate your actions, they will lead you down paths of regret, frustration, and even self-sabotage. The real power lies in your ability to master them. It's not about never feeling anger, sadness, or fear. It's about knowing how to process those feelings without letting them hijack your actions. Think about it. Every time you allow an emotion like anger to take over, you lose control. That moment of impulse, that split second when you react without thinking, is the moment you give up your power. You might say something you regret, make a decision you didn't truly mean, or react in a way that hurts relationships or opportunities. But when you master your emotions, you take that power back. You realize that you can feel anger or frustration, but you choose how to respond. You don't let the emotion control you, you control it. Emotional mastery means understanding that your feelings are valid, but they don't have to govern your actions. It's about recognizing your emotions and giving yourself the time and space to process them in a healthy way. It's about not reacting impulsively, but taking a step back, reflecting, and choosing your response consciously. When you choose to control your emotions, you open up a whole new world of possibilities. You create space for clarity, for rational decision making, and for thoughtful action. Let's be real for a moment. It's easy to get caught up in the emotional storms of life. It's easy to let frustration, disappointment, or fear pull you under. But the people who succeed in life, the ones who create meaningful impact, are the ones who know how to manage their emotions. They don't let the temporary feelings of the moment derail their long-term vision. They stay focused on what matters, even when the storms are raging. Emotional mastery allows you to keep your eyes on the prize and not get lost in the noise of your feelings. It's not about becoming robotic or emotionless. It's about finding a balance. Emotional mastery means being emotionally intelligent, being aware of your feelings, understanding where they're coming from, and using that knowledge to make wise decisions. It means having the courage to acknowledge when you're upset, to admit when you're scared, and to embrace the full range of human emotions. But at the same time, it means not letting those emotions drive your actions in a way that doesn't serve your purpose. Think about the power of choosing your emotional responses. If someone insults you, you have a choice. You can let that insult eat at you. Let it make you angry. Let it control how you feel and act. Or you can decide to let it go. You can choose not to let that person's words determine your self-worth or your mood. You can smile, walk away, keep moving forward with your life, unaffected by the negativity of others. That choice right there is emotional mastery. It's deciding that no one else's words or actions will hold dominion over how you feel or how you show up in the world. Emotional mastery also involves empathy and understanding. It's recognizing that people around you are dealing with their own emotions, their own struggles, their own fears. It's about learning not to take things personally, because you understand that most of the time other people's reactions are more about them than they are about you. By mastering your own emotions, you can interact with others from a place of compassion and strength, rather than reacting defensively or from a place of ego. In the end, mastering your emotions means choosing peace over chaos, wisdom over impulse, and growth over stagnation. It's about knowing that the storms will come, but you don't have to be swept away by them. You don't have to react to everything that happens. You can pause, reflect, and choose a better path, one that moves you closer to your goals and the person you want to become. Emotional mastery is not an overnight achievement, but a lifelong practice. It's a commitment to growth, to understanding, and to becoming the best version of yourself, no matter what life throws your way. And when you master your emotions, you unlock the true power to create the life you desire. Protecting your peace is one of the most important decisions you can make in life. In a world filled with chaos, distractions, and negativity, your peace is a treasure. It's the foundation on which your happiness, growth, and well-being are built. But too often we allow the noise of life, whether it's the words of others, the pressure of external expectations, or the demands of our own insecurities, to steal that peace. We forget that peace is not something that is simply given to us. It's something that we must protect, something that we must guard with everything we've got. When you truly understand the value of your peace, you begin to see it as a non-negotiable part of your life. Peace is not a luxury, it's a necessity. It's the space in which you can think clearly, make wise decisions, and feel grounded in your purpose. Without peace, you are constantly at the mercy of the world around you, tossed by every storm, every comment, every challenge that comes your way. But when you choose to protect your peace, you become the calm in the middle of the storm. You refuse to be swept away by the negativity and distractions of others. You create an environment in which you can thrive, where your mind is clear and your heart is strong. One of the first steps in protecting your peace is learning to recognize what disturbs it. Not every situation, not every person deserves a place in your life. It's essential to understand that you are not obligated to engage with every negative force that crosses your path. People who drain your energy, situations that cause unnecessary stress, and environments that undermine your well-being, these are the things you need to let go of. You don't have to argue, fight, or defend yourself. Simply refuse to let them invade your space. You have the power to choose who and what gets access to your peace. It's not about being selfish, it's about being wise enough to know that you can't pour from an empty cup. You can't give your best to the world when you're constantly battling the forces that take away your peace. Another key to protecting your peace is developing emotional resilience. Life will always have its challenges, but it's how you respond to those challenges that determines whether or not you protect your peace. Emotional resilience is the ability to face adversity without losing yourself in it. It's about not allowing external circumstances to dictate how you feel. You can't control everything that happens to you, but you can control how you respond. When you decide that nothing, no person, no situation, no hardship is worth compromising your peace, you free yourself from the grip of stress and anxiety. You become unshakable in your resolve, knowing that no matter what happens outside of you, you are anchored within. Sometimes protecting your peace means setting boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. People often fear that setting boundaries will upset others or cause conflict. But the truth is, your boundaries are not for others, they are for you. When you set boundaries, you are telling the world that you value your peace, your time, and your energy. And those who truly respect you will honor those boundaries. Those who don't are not worth your time. Protecting your peace means being clear about what you will and will not tolerate. It means saying no when you need to without feeling guilty, and understanding that your peace is not up for negotiation. If someone or something threatens that peace, it's your responsibility to remove it from your life, regardless of the noise it creates. At times, protecting your peace also means choosing solitude over the noise of the world. We live in a society that constantly demands our attention: social media, work, relationships, responsibilities. But sometimes the greatest act of self-care is stepping away from the noise and giving yourself the space to breathe, think, and recharge. In those quiet moments, you reconnect with your true self, with your purpose, and with the things that matter most. Solitude doesn't mean isolation. It means creating the necessary space to listen to your inner voice, to reconnect with your spirit, and to focus on your personal growth. It's in those moments of silence that your peace is nurtured and your strength is renewed. Protecting your peace is an ongoing practice. It's not something you do once and forget about. It's something you must commit to every single day. Life will test you, people will push your buttons, and challenges will arise. But in those moments, remember this: you have the power to choose your peace. You have the power to let go of the things that no longer serve you. You have the power to remain calm, to stay grounded, and to stay focused on what truly matters. When you protect your peace, you protect your life, your happiness, and your ability to thrive. Don't let anything or anyone take that from you. Your peace is your greatest asset. Guard it with everything you've got. Protecting your peace is not just about avoiding conflict or removing negativity. It's about valuing yourself enough to create a life where you can truly thrive. It's about understanding that you are the keeper of your own energy, and that peace is the foundation on which everything else is built. The world would always try to pull you in different directions, but when you stand firm in your decision to protect your peace, you become unstoppable. So choose wisely, set your boundaries, and don't allow anything or anyone to disturb your inner calm. Because when you protect your peace, you protect your power, and with that, you unlock the true potential of who you are meant to be. Guard it, nurture it, and let it guide you to the life you deserve.